Shalom. I want to first start off by giving all glory, all praise and honor to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Just wanted to do basically a commentary on this video that I came across. I'm not gonna play the video, but it says that's some trifling shit. Chick out here looking for a new man while her husband is in the hospital. And again, I'm not gonna play the video, but basically, if you watch the video, this was on World Star Hip Hop. If you watch the video, I guess it's some type of video chat going on. And the girl on the right, she's basically going into how she was looking for a new man while her husband was in the hospital. And the sister on the left, she was, basically asking her all these questions. And one of the questions she asked, basically was, basically, did she, did this woman's husband pass away? And the sister on the right, she was basically, she basically said that, he's not dead yet, but she's preparing for it. But the way that she was saying it, if you watch the video, she really could care less. Just the heartlessness that was in how she was saying things, because she made it out to seem like oh, he was on his deathbed, he was on his dying bed or whatever, but that wasn't the case. The sister's husband, for whatever reason, I'm assuming, because like I said, she made it out to where he was on his last breath or whatnot, but basically the brother, he was just in a hospital for whatever reason. Didn't really get into it. If you watch the video, this sister on the right, she also mentioned that the man was a lot older than her. I think she stated that the man was her husband was 60 years old, and she's only 32. So, basically she was saying, basically that he's gonna die anyways. That's basically how she was putting it. And she was saying how she was looking for a new man and looking for a new husband, and she said it. If you watch the video, she said she was looking for a new quote unquote stepdad, and just to show the perverseness of these so-called women out here. I don't even like calling them women. Even the sister on the left, that was pretty much talking to, asking this girl questions. She was in disgust. She basically told, I think in the video, she told the girl, basically that she hopes that her husband, gets well and comes back and divorces her ass. That's what the sister on the left told this girl. Because again, this chick is making it seem like her husband was on his last breath. He's on his dying bed. But she came out and just said, he was just in a hospital. And again, she didn't really say what it was for, if I'm not mistaken. But it could have been for any, just I don't know. It could have just been for any, something small, or something simple. And this is just one of many, occasions on how these women out here, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's about to judge these women. And again, this is all part of the curses, and I'll go ahead and start off with that in Deuteronomy 28. Because, a lot of women are walking out here with unwanted eyes, undisciplined, untrained eyes. But I'm going to start this off in Deuteronomy 28. Oh, I'm already there. Deuteronomy 28, verse 56. It says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness. Her eye shall be evil toward her, the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. So again, part of the curses that were put upon the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is our own women. Basically what have an evil eye toward us, and their own children. But sticking to the point. I was going to read verse 57, but again, I want to stick to this point. In verse 56, at one point, our women, at one point in history, at one point in time, they reverenced their husbands, they respected their husbands. One point, our women were submissive. But as the scriptures say, that old serpent that beguiled Eve in the beginning, this pact that these women have with Esau, man, and the fact that the men of the Lord are exposing the nakedness, so to say, of these women, the fact that the men of the Lord are waking up, and it's going to come because these women know it's going to come a point in time where they're going to have to get back in their righteous order, and they don't want that, so that's why they have this covenant with this pact with Esau. But sooner or later they're going to find out, because Esau's going to, as the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. These women, man, they're gonna learn the hard way, what they did to the men of the Lord, as it says in all the atrocities that these women have done to the men of the Lord. Going to the book of Matthew 12. I think it's 36. No, that's not it. Where it says, it talks about, offending the little ones. Mark or Matthews. I'll check that, see what that says. Matthews 18. Matthews 18 and verse 6. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged around his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. So, because again, these again, I say so-called women, because these things calling themselves women, they ain't really women. But all the the atrocities that these women have done to the men of the Lord, man. Even those that aren't in the truth, those are still, Yahweh Shai's men. Those are still his people, But all these things that these Israelite women have done to the Israelite man, we're coming into times where they're gonna have to start paying for these judgments. These women are proudful, slick at the mouth. Again, in the ancient times, it was a time where our women were quiet, they were obedient, submissive. But ever since this pact that Esau made with Eve, All that's thrown at the door, and they're gonna soon see. Esau was never with them in the beginning, and you know, again, eventually the script is gonna flip. Going to the book of Isaiah, chapter 32. I'll start at verse 9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease." Yeah, because you women, man, you've been comfortable in this queendom for quite some time. And now you see clearly Yahweh Shemi Rashai, he's slowly but surely he's taking that peace away. Reading on, it says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech." Because Yahweh Shemi Rashai, he has he has it out for a lot of you women. Reading on, it says, "Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." Because again, we're coming into times where, basically, we're already in the time of judgment. Again, it starts with the house of Israel, and a lot of you women, man. Because if I'm not mistaken, the 2/3 that speaks about in Zechariah the 13th chapter, from what I understand, is a lot. The most of the 2/3 consist of women. So a lot of women are gonna catch it out here. Because again, all these atrocities that you have done to the men of the Lord. Because again, you women, man, you're real you're real comfortable. Esau, again, this goes back to the pact that you made with Esau, giving you all these benefits. Go to this other app, the book of what is that? Bear with me, please. Oh man, slipped my mind. Nevertheless, I'm just gonna continue on. Micah chapter 2. I'll go to verse 10. Micah chapter 2 and verse, here we go. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, "Arise, eat, and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction." And again, the pact that you women made with Esau, you're gonna realize, and this is a time that is quickly approaching. You're gonna realize, Daddy Esau never really gave a damn about you. A lot of you are going to learn that the hard way. The precept came back to me in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 9. It says, "Then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me." So again, Esau gave you all these benefits, these food stamps, and all these different benefits. Basically, if you turn your back on your own men, Esau will give you these benefits, and a lot of you took it. You took the bait. A little, do you know, it was a trap for your destruction. Because we're coming into times, and we already see that Esau's gonna take all those benefits away. And again, you seeing it now. A lot of people are Esau tells you, you can go to these different schools and get these different certificates and whatnot. You can be your own woman. You don't need a man. Something that You know, you can they Esau pushes and teaches independence. Um, when actually, if you go back to the what is it called? The Jim Crow letters. You know, that's something that, you know, this was something that's been planned out for a long time, and that goes back to the Jim Crow letters. You know, basically plotting, setting it up to basically set the Israelite woman against the Israelite man, and which basically destroyed the house. You know, again, because you get these benefits, and you get all these benefits if you basically turn your back on your own men. You know, and again, you know, your women, man, you receive these benefits. You're comfortable. You get comfortable. You know, you might get a somewhat of a good paying job, and you know, telling to yourself you don't need a man. You know, that reproach that you got, that you women have. You know, you can do bad all by myself, and you don't want to have a man, and you know, you don't want children until you're 30 plus, when you're already washed up and whatnot. You know, but again, you know, we're coming into the times where you're going to see, you know, basically you messed up. Um, so yeah, there's one precept I had in mind. Because again, a lot of you, you know, you're prideful. You let these benefits get to your head. You know, you'll look down upon and shame the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian man, your own men, your own people. You know, and again, Yahweh Shemi Rashad, he's about to take the pride away from you women. So going to the book of Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 11. It says, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." So again, you know, um, a lot of you women, you get these benefits. You know, you look down on a man of the Lord. You know, you say you don't need a man, you don't need this, you don't need that, you can do bad all by yourself. You know, Esau set it up to where, you know, Esau's basically put it in, you know, the hearts of a lot of you women that basically, um, you know, let's say if you go out on a date or whatever, and you know, you have it in your mind, you know, you ask the man, like, what can he provide, you know, when it's actually the opposite. But yeah, like I said, you know, Yahweh Shemi Shai, he's, you know, he's setting things up to where, you know, he's about to shut all this down. He's about to, you know, establish the righteous order. He's about to make things of old. You know, he's about to bring things to how they're supposed to be. And a lot of you women, you see that the men of the Lord are waking up. They're exposing, you know, they're exposing these things, and even, you know, brothers that aren't in the truth. You know, a lot of brothers are waking up to this whole feminist bullshit. You know, they're getting tired of this whole, you know, independent Me Too nonsense. You know, at one point in time, you know, a lot of men believed that, you know, never put your hands on a woman and stuff like that. Well, now you see, you know, you know, you'll see brothers, you know, that basically all that's out the window. You know, you see it in these videos, you know, brothers is, you know, they would basically, you know, you want to be equal to a man, you're going to get treated like a man, basically, you know. Men aren't holding back anymore. Like I said, you know, they're getting tired of this whole feminist bullshit. They're getting tired of this whole, you know, women equal rights nonsense, because you know, the women aren't equal to men. Um, you know, a lot of you women, you think you're stronger than a man. Again, you know, you look down upon a man because you might have a better paying job or whatever the case may be. You know, and you know, you see now, you know, a lot of people are starting to lose their jobs. People are starting to, you know, you know, panic is in the air. But just sticking to the point, man. A lot of these women, man, they're defiled, they're disgusting. Jump to Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16. Verse 16, it says, "Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished." So again, it's going to come a point in time, because we're coming into that time where, Yahweh Shem Yoshai, he's going to show you same women that believe that you can do bad all by yourselves. He's going to show you basically you're nothing. That we're coming into times where you women, you're going to be commodities. You're going back to that state of being in possession, as it states in the book of Sirach. I think it's 34, 35. Sirach 30. I think it's 36 actually. Sirach 36. Sirach 36 and 24. It says, "He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest." So again, because Yahweh Shem Yoshai, he's going to show you that in fact you do need a man. You especially the times that we're coming in, you're going to need that hedge of protection, and it's only going to be through a man of the Lord. But again, when that day comes, when that time comes, you're going to go back to in that state of being basically knowing your place, knowing your worth, being a possession. Because you see a lot of these prisoners, they're getting released out of these prisons, and who do you think they're gonna come for? Because a lot of you women, again, this video, it's just, like I said, it's just one of many examples of how a woman is just evil, man. A lot of brothers are locked up innocently, or because of just because, again, the pact, the league that Esau has with Eve, our woman, but like I said, a lot of these cats, man, they're getting released out of prison. And who do you think they're gonna come for? A lot of you women, you lied on these men, got them locked up for basically, no reason, just because, going to the book of Proverbs, chapter, what is that? Proverbs, it's either 16 or 6. I'll start at 6. Proverbs 16, it's 6. Yep. Proverbs 16 and 34, it says, "For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts." So again, a lot of you women, you got a lot of these brothers locked up unjustly. You're bearing false witness. You're straight up lying. You straight up lied on these brothers, got them locked up. And again, they're gonna come out of these prison systems, and you're gonna be the top of the hit list. Because a lot of you women, man, y'all are just straight up evil, man. Just low life, dirty, man. Y'all be doing these brothers wrong, just because you don't have things your way. Because it's known, it's well known that it's the woman's word against the man. Y'all be ready to call 911 for over any little thing. You're ready to put a brother out or any little thing. And again, these cats have been locked up unjustly. They've been in there for years, months, years. Like I said, you see it on the news now. A lot of these men these prisoners are starting to get released. They're going to come after a lot of you women Because again, you know, we're in the time, living in the time of judgment, you know. And there's no telling, you know, it ultimately it's the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He's putting the spirit, that spirit of vengeance, you know, on these brothers to come after you, a lot of you women, you know. And it's just not one man. A lot of you women have dealt with, you know, 2, 3. You have 2, 3, 4, 5 baby dads, you know, and probably more. I wouldn't be surprised, you know. A lot of these men you've got locked up, you know, they're coming after you, you know. A lot of you women are going to be getting raped to death. Going back to the book of Isaiah chapter 13, verse 16, it says, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. So again, you know, when they start sending those troops over here, which they're all pretty much already here, you know, they're not going to spare you. They're not going to spare your children, you know, because again, it's the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that spirit of vengeance he's putting on a lot of people. And but again, you know, just sticking with the point with a lot of you women, you know, the things that y'all have done to the Israelite man. You know, you've become one of our biggest enemies, behind Esau. You know, and it's not supposed to be like that. You know, it's just not right. The things that you women have done to the Israelite men. You know, going to the book of Ecclesiastes, because like I said in that video, man, that the girl, she was just, you know, very nonchalant about it, like she didn't care. You know, she was talking about how her husband was in the hospital and you know, she was looking for a stepdad. But like I said, the way that she was saying it, you know, like she just didn't give two shits, you know. I wouldn't even be surprised, honestly, if she's the one that, you know, if she, you know, put something in the brother's food or something, you know, got him sick or whatever. I wouldn't even be surprised if that came out, you know. And like I said, the lady that was talking with her, you know, she wasn't discussing. You know, she wasn't even in agreement to what this chick was talking about, man. Just trifling, you know. We're going to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. So again, you know, a lot of you women, because y'all are just so grimy, man. Y'all like to set brothers up, you know. I seen the one video a while back, not too long ago. I guess he was some rapper or something. He got caught up with some chick, you know. The chick told him to basically come out to some spot, you know, and basically, you know, it was a bunch of dudes. She set him up. You know, the dudes, they made him eat the chick's, you know, period blood and cut his hair off, cut his locks off and whatever the case, you know, just to show you, man, just the griminess of you women, you know. Y'all set brothers up again, you know, because you know you have Daddy Esau to back you up. So, and like I said, you know, it's their word against the word of the men, you know. There's plenty of videos where, you know, women, you know, on video basically harming themselves so they could set the baby dad or whatever, you know, set the man up as if, you know, he beat her. There's plenty of videos out there, you know, because again, you know, you women are just straight up grimy and just, you know, a lot of you women, you have to, again, because you've gotten comfortable with what Esau's giving you, you know, the league that you have with Esau, you know, and what he's giving you, and you've gotten comfortable. But again, you know, you see Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he's starting to shake things up, you know, stir the pot, you know, starting to take away a lot of things, a lot of benefits, and you women are starting to realize that you messed up, because now, like I said, you know, there's videos where women are talking about how, you know, they need a man, you know, basically, you know, a lot of women are coming clean, you know, because they know they messed up, you know, and that they're starting to see it's too late. They're starting to see that, You know, these men out here, man, they don't care no more. They don't want them anymore, especially the good ones. You know, you trade off a good man for these Pookies and Ray Rays, you know, and, you know, when things start getting real out here, they're going to be the first ones to get killed, you know, and it's going to leave a lot of you women, you know, defenseless. You're not going to be able to take care of yourselves or anything, you know. You know, as we just read in Isaiah, you know, when they start sending these troops over here, you know, they're not going to give a damn about you, your children. You know, they're probably going to tie you up while they rape your children. All type of things that have never been seen before on this earth is going to be taking place. And again, you know, a lot of you women are at the forefront of that because, like I said, the 2/3, mostly, if I'm not mistaken, most of it consists of you women. You know, a lot of women are going to start getting judged out here. But you should show some more of the griminess of you women. Going to the book of Ecclesiasticus, the same book, Sirach. There's one I want to get in 25, but there's some in 23 as well. I think it's Sirach 23 and I'll start at verse 20. I'll start at verse 22. It says, "Thus shall it go also with the wife that leaveth her husband and bringeth in an heir by another." Because, you know, like I said, you know, Esau sets the society up where a woman can sleep with more than one man, and you know, in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, you know, that's off. You know, it was meant for a woman to only be with one man for the rest of her life. You know, that's just how Yahweh Hashem Yoshai set it up. But again, according to Esau's standards, you know, it's susceptible for a woman to sleep around with more than one man. And, you know, that's what you have a lot of these women, you know, they're having children with different men, you know, getting all these spirits put in them. And, you know, that's why they're all crazy and, you know, unstable when it comes to their emotions, because they have all these different spirits in them. You know, reading of verse 23 says, For first she hath disobeyed the law of the Most High, and secondly she hath trespassed against her own husband, and thirdly she hath played the whore in adultery and brought children by another man. Because again, you know, once a woman, you know, sleeps with a man, you know, the first man that she, you know, that comes in onto her is supposed to be the man that she's supposed to be with for the rest of her life. But again, you know, here it is, Esau, you know, with his, you know, his laws. You know, a woman can be with, you know, multiple men. Because again, you know, it goes back to, well, I'm gonna get it later. Let me see if I want to finish anything up. I'm gonna jump to verse 25. It says, "Her children shall not take root, and her branches shall bring forth no fruit. She shall leave her memory to be cursed, and her reproach shall not be blotted out." So again, you know, granted, you know, you're gonna have some women, a certain amount of women, you know, that do come clean, you know, do repent and change their ways, you know, and their reproach is going to be, you know, blotted out. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to forgive some of these women, but for the most part, you know, a lot of these women, you know, I mean, just to get to the point, a lot of you women are just going to have to straight up die on the side. Many of you are just too far gone, you know, and you choose to, you know, again, you choose to follow the laws of Esau rather than the laws of the, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, that this reproach that a lot of you women have on you, man. You know, when Isaiah 4:1 kicks off, man, and all that stuff that I could do bad about, you know, by myself, all that reproach, man, it's gonna be shit out the window, man. It's gonna be thrown out the window, you know, because again, you know, a lot of you women are gonna go back to your natural state of being submissive, being quiet, you know. Now I'm gonna jump to the book of Sirach, chapter 25. Where do I want to start? I saw verse 13. It says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Because again, you women, man, you set a lot of, like I said, you set a lot of brothers up, man, to fail. A lot of brothers lose their jobs. A lot of brothers can't see their kid, or they gotta, pay money to see their own children. Like the way this whole system is set up, man. You know, um, you women, man, because like I said, a lot of you are too far gone, and the only remedy is death on this side. Um, um, verse 16, it says, I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. And if a lot of you brothers that have women and been dealing with a woman for a while, it speaks for itself. Because a lot of these women, man, they want to be in charge. They just nothing's ever good enough for them. Um, just always want to argue, always about drama, negativity. You could be sitting there peacefully and quietly, minding your own business, and here comes the woman, just looking, just itching for an argument, because again, just so quick to call the police on every little thing, or so quick to put you out, because these women are, man, they're screwed up in the head, man. Um, verse 19, it says, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her, because and in some cases, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he will deliver us out of the hand deliver us out of the hands of these wicked women that we deal with. But for the most part, a lot of these women, it's pretty much, judgment, for the men, because again, the men, we're supposed to be setting the standard, but here it is, we turned ways, went a horse ways, in some cases, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we might be dealing with a woman, she's a headache. In some cases, things could be worse, but for the most part, these, we might be dealing with a woman and she's just a straight up headache, but that could be, chastening for us, to strengthen us, teach us how to be patient, or whatever the case may be. I'm just throwing that out there. But verse 20, it says, as the climbing up a sandy way is to the feeble of the age, and it is a wife full of words. Read that again. Verse 20, as the climbing up a sandy way is to the feeble of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Like I said, just the heartache, a lot of these women put us through. A lot of brothers, they just be, wanting to chill out, for the most part, don't make a big deal about nothing, just be wanting to kick it, But these women, man, just the spirit that's on a lot of these women, they want to argue, they want to go back and forth, they want you to put hands on them, they like that violence, that drama, It says, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. That reproach, goes back to that reproach, verse 23, a wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance, and a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. And like I said, a lot of brothers that are dealing with women, have been dealing with women for some time, this speaks for itself, These women, a lot of these women, they're willing to take things to the extreme, even things that Esau is not, is not willing to do, even things that Esau doesn't do. These women are just wicked, quick creatures. In a time of grief, here it is, a woman, she's supposed to be there to make you feel better. She's supposed to lift you up. But she can turn that grief into more grief, into more sorrow. Um, verse 24, it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Right, because, basically, man, the woman, she's basically the I don't know how to word this. She's basically the just like the face of sin, man. Like I said, she's willing to take things to the extreme, take things to more than it needs to be, and she's willing to do things not even Esau does. I'm gonna just finish it off. It says, "Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad." Yeah, because a woman, she needs some type of order, you know, because you see that now in today's society. A lot of women, when they're in charge, it's nothing but confusion, chaos, you know. Um, Yahweh Shem Yom Shai, he didn't set up for a woman, to just do, whatever she wants. She needs some type of guidance, some type of head over her, because again, they're all over the place. They base their they base everything off of emotion rather than logic, you know. Um, so that's why they need someone, to rule over them. So basically, or reading in verse 26, it says, "If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go." Because like I said, some women, they're just too far gone, man. Like I said, most women, or some women, for the most part, they, Yahweh Shem Shai, he's going to spare them, have mercy upon them. But for the most part, man, the majority of women, they're not going to get it on the side. They're too far gone. They and they just straight up they have to be destroyed. Um, real quick, I'm gonna go to the book of Ezekiel, because like I said, as the scriptures say, judgment is coming. It's already here, and you starting to see it. A lot of people are starting to get judged, and a lot of men are starting not to give a damn about these women. They're laying hands on them. A lot of women are getting stabbed up and shot. Um, Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "And to the others he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have pity. Slay utterly, old and young, both maids and little children, and women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary." Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So again, judgment is coming. A lot of you women that think you can do bad all by yourselves, the scriptures talk about how only through a man of the Lord, an elect man of the Lord, will a woman be made. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump into that. Isaiah 4:1, and it says, "In that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach." And there goes that reproach, that whole way of thinking I can do bad by myself, and I don't want kids until I'm 30 and 40. I talk about how man, he has to be making equal to or more money. All that's going to be thrown out the door. When shit really starts getting real out here, all those, because a lot of, again, a lot of you women, you have, a lot of you women have high standards, and here it is, you slept around with 100 men, and again, you women are prideful about it. You women brag about how you slept around with 3 men in one day, and all this other madness. Y'all are boastful in your whoredom, but it's gonna come a point in time where all that shit's gonna be thrown out the door. And, you know, like I said, when things really start getting for real out here, you know, when shit really starts hitting the fan out here, all that I could do bad by myself, all that whole reproach attitude is going to be thrown out the window, you know. And you're going to be begging a man of the Lord to take away your approach. And, you know, how about Shemi Rashai? He's going to put his spirit on certain men, you know, because a lot of women, every woman is not going to get, you know, all women aren't going to get, you know, accepted by these men, you know. And it's going to take the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Rashai to put on his men, you know, because in that day, the men is going to be doing the picking and choosing. The men is going to have the standards, you know. And again, a lot of you women, you're not going to make the cut, you know. This whole attitude, a lot of you women are carrying now. You know, you're going to think, you know, you think you're going to have that same attitude when all hell breaks loose, and listen, because a man of the Lord, man, he's not going to have it. You know, he's not going to tolerate it. You know, you're either going to shut up or be shut out, basically. Because, you know, men of the Lord, they don't have time to deal with that. It's bad enough, you know, when all hell's breaking loose, you know, having to fight off some martial law troops or whatever the case may be, and you think a man of the Lord is going to want to deal with your nonsense. It's just not going down like that, you know. So a lot of women, you know, a lot of you women, you're going to experience some serious humbling, you know. This is one precept that came to my head. And then part of that humbling process is going to be childbearing, you know. As what is that? 1 Timothy's 2, what's that, 15? 1 Timothy's 2 and 15. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. So only if you, you know, because like I said, you know, a man of the Lord, he's just not going to be pick up everything that comes crawling his way. You know, a lot of you women, just like you put a lot of men through hell, a lot of men are going to be putting you women through hell. You know, y'all are going to be, you know, tested as well, so to say. And it's no telling how long that brother might, you know, put you through that specific test. You know, it's no telling. It's all up to the spirit of that brother, the spirit that's on that brother. You know, but that's how, you know, a woman, she's going to be saved in that time through childbearing. You know, that reproach that's getting taken away from her. Going to the book real quick of Genesis, chapter, what is that? Let's try this. Genesis 30 and 23. Yeah, it says, and she conceived and bare a son and said, the Most High hath taken away my reproach. Now this is going into the, what was this? I believe this is, yeah, Jacob. And, you know, because like I said, you know, back then in the ancient world, you know, it was a beautiful thing, you know, for a woman to conceive and, you know, get pregnant and pretty much everything that's shamed upon in this society, you know, because again, you know, a woman back then, they knew their roles, you know, which was for the most part, you know, childbearing, you know, women, they understood these things. And, you know, a lot of women back then, you know, they were hurt when, you know, when for a woman that's not, you know, bearing seed, you know, just like I said, just like how today a woman that's bearing forth children, today in today's age, you know, is looked down upon. Well, it was the opposite during the ancient world. A woman that wasn't having children, you know, because no woman wanted to have, you know, wanted to die without having children. You know, no woman in the ancient world wanted to die without having seed. You know, because that was, you know, like I said, back then it was a beautiful thing. But as we just read in Genesis chapter 30 and verse 23, it says, and she conceived and bare a son and said, God of the Most High have taken away my reproach. And I believe this was Rachel, one of the wives of Jacob. And that's another thing, you know, because a lot of you women don't believe in a man having more than one wife. You know, a lot of you women think that a man having more than one wife, polygamy, was something that was created. They thought that was a false doctrine from the in the ancient world, something that the I'm not even 100% sure, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of women believe that polygamy was something that our forefathers picked up from basically like these false gods and whatnot, which is far from the case. That's something that Esau teaches. One man being with one woman. That's something Esau teaches, right? But our forefathers, and this is something that's righteous in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a man having more than one wife. Because it was promised to Abraham, our forefather, that he would have his seed would be as the stars of heaven and as the sands of the sea. And you can't really get that with just one man and one woman. You can't really fulfill that prophecy, so to say. It's going to get to a point where there's going to be so many Israelites that, and this is why Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he set up the kingdom. That's talked about in St. John's the 14th chapter. He's setting up that kingdom, preparing a house, because again, it's going to get to a point where there's going to be so many Israelites. We're all not going to fit on this earth. But again, it all goes back to Isaiah 4:1, when 7 women shall take hold of one man, and that number 7, it just goes into completion. So during that time, a complete amount of women they're going to be taking hold of one man, and the woman, she's going to go back to her submissive role, which is childbearing. Okay. And again, it's not going to be. It's not going to be, that simple. Like I said, just how a lot of women, they come up with all these ridiculous high standards. Well, this whole 90-day rule challenge, whatever nonsense. Well, in that day, during that time, which we're quickly approaching, the men is going to be putting a lot of you women to the test. Because like I say, a man is just not going to, accept any woman, for the most part. You might have some men that just might pick a woman. I don't know. I don't know. But for the most part, a lot of women are going to be put to the test, because again, a lot of women, and that's stronger in society. They push that heavy in the society where, they look down upon a man having more than one woman. Well, in that day, a man, he's going to have all just all kinds of women hanging around, and you're going to have to, in that time, you're going to ask yourself, are you going to be okay with it? Because if not, you're going to have, it's just, you're going to have to kick rocks, and it's that simple, like I said, a lot of women are, y'all are definitely going to be tested in that day, because like I said, we're definitely, we're in the time of judgment. Like I said, a lot of you women are just too far gone. Just trying to think of any more precepts before I close this out. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So, with that being said, I want to give all credit to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, and I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time, I say Shalom.